What's up, guys? It's lloydbigshot here, back again with another video from Marvel
After
Rivals.
all these years,
Today,
saving the world
we
still
have
hasn't gotten
Sue
old.
Storm.
Now I see them.
Like, I'm so excited to play with her. I want to show you guys some of her abilities, what they do,
Feel the pull!
best things
Clear the
to
way!
do with them. I'm very excited. So, essentially, her basic attack, it's orbs that she throws, and they heal. That's the very first thing. So, it pierces through allies, and it also
Your turn
pierces
to
through
disappear.
enemies.
Double
In
kill!
addition to that, once these enemies respawn, you can also heal and do damage. So it's like if your allies are grouped up, a very cool thing that you can do. Alright. The next ability that we're gonna go over is going to be the L1 Psionic Vortex. It's a vortex that you can throw, and once it lands,
Your
it
turn to disappear.
pulls enemies to the actual center. Actually, what I think I'm gonna
Now I see
do
them.
is take off cooldowns. That'll make it a lot easier. So essentially, whenever I throw it, I can crash it like whenever, and it slowly pulls your enemies into the middle. That's all it does. It's just the AoE damage over time type of ability. Next, if we go up to the top, our R1 is called Force Physics. Basically, she can push or pull enemies. So if you hit R1, you see how L2 is launched inwards and R2 is launched outwards. So inwards is a pull. As you can see, she can pull from a far distance. This is such a really good tool, especially if you're like in maps that have like big circles in the middle. You can literally, you know, pull them towards you and they get caught in the middle.
You needed a timeout.
Additionally, you have other ways that you can play it. You can throw your R1, you can push them into it. Look at that. Different combos that you can think about when using the actual ship.
Wow, 4 in a row.
The next thing is going to be Agile Strike. This is nothing but her basics. So it does 1, 2, and then you have a knockback. Like, I'm not too sure how often you're going to end up using it, but you may end up getting some good use out of it.
Double kill.
That's that for the basic. Next, as you can see, whenever we hover over our teammates, we can place a shield. It's a deployable shield. If I take damage, let me see. If I take damage and I go towards the shield, it does AoE healing. You can redeploy it onto your ally, and if you hit circle, it takes away the shield. You can also spam and constantly switch. Once it is destroyed, it does go on cooldown for a short period of time.
We've got trouble.
Our final ability before we get to the ultimate is going to be in the bottom right. I know you see the X. She has a double jump. And what that does is it puts her into an immediate stealth. So this can be really good when you have enemy divers jumping on top of you. And you can use that as a way to reposition yourself. Not to mention, with her pull and her push, you can use this as a way to disrupt being dived on when the enemy like a Black Panther or any like in your face melee character. You can also, don't forget, you can push them for a pretty large distance.
You forced my hand.
And the X basically just automatically puts you into her stealth, and it does heal you over time. And then in addition to that, her passive is, if I don't do anything, like no damaging, no healing, anything for a short period of time, I will go in stealth.
They look like they mean business.
So she's a very like elusive kind of support. Her healing is not all of that. It's okay, but it's not the best. But I think her real ability is going to be into the way she can disrupt enemies. Like, it's a very cool playstyle. And I think like for people that's like really smart and think about different geometry when it comes to like the actual map, I think she'll be a really big addition. Next is her ultimate. It's a AoE giant circle that heals your teammates over time. I'm gonna show you guys in a few, and it also makes them invisible. If the enemy is shooting at them, they can't see your actual allies. You do heal over time, and it is a big giant AoE. And I do like the fact that it's something that goes all the way up to the sky. So if you have an Iron Man or a Doctor Strange floating in
Now
the
I see
sky,
them.
you can definitely make sure they can be healed as well. One thing I did, like when I was playing her when I first got on today, was I would put up the shield and I would use this as a way to like
Your turn to
poke
disappear.
enemies. And because it has like a AoE healing effect, sometimes I would place it just because once your allies move, the shield will maintain. So I would tend to like kind of camp with the shield, which I think is not a bad idea.
That was a total blindside.
And with that being said, we did go over all of her moves. I think she's a very cool character.
Everyone saw that.
Very.
How embarrassing.
I can't wait to see what you do on the battlefield with Sue Storm.
Wow.
And with that being said,
Why? That's
I'll see you guys
amazing.
next time.
Never even
Peace.
saw me come.